Hello, John. My name is Sean Everett. I am the website analysis expert at Zucor Marketing in San Antonio, Texas. Thank you for talking with Eric. He sent your website on to me for analysis, and that is what this video is that you're watching now. Now, first off, I am going to compare and contrast you part of the time with Superior Fence and Rail because you are losing to them online. They are taking customers away from you because of what they have in their website. I'm going to show you the numbers. I'm going to show you some tips about how you can turn that around. And these are tips that you can use today. You can implement them and have at it. Now, first off, I want to tell you that your site has a copyright of 2005. I'm kind of guessing that's when you did your website because it looks like a 2005 website. It is insufficient for today's internet world. And at the time, it was cutting edge. It was kind of a unique novelty to have one. And you have not updated it since, apparently, and that's okay too. That's certainly a choice. But what I'm telling you is that if you expect this to bring you customers and money, it is underperforming. And there are some things you're going to have to do to it. Now, the first thing I'm going to show you after looking at your site is that I have a tool that I use. It's called Ahrefs. It is a tool that shows me the metrics of your site and how it has been performing over the last couple of months. The next thing I do is a regular old Google search, and the reason I do that is because Google is responsible for 96% of the traffic on the internet. And that means they're responsible for 96% of the traffic to your website. And if you don't know how something works, then you cannot take advantage of it. Google is a tool that you can use. They have all sorts of things that are known about them, and most people do not know them. I did not know them before I started this job. So I learned a lot about it, and that is what I want to impart to you. First off, Google has an algorithm that is responsible for the placement of everything on a Google search. That is everything. Now, the algorithm is looking for three things from a website, and as I go through the results of this results page, I am going to tell you what those three things are. Now, the first thing is that Google wants you to fill out a Google Business Profile. Now, as you can see, these three folks have done that, and they did so thoroughly enough that Google rewarded them with this top spot. Now, it's going to ask you things like what year your company started. It's going to ask you what your closing and opening hours are on a daily basis. And it's going to give you any of your positive Google reviews. It's going to put those in here too. Now, this is a great place to be because it's up near the top of a Google search. But even better, believe it or not, is right here. This is what we call the organic search results. Now, it's organic in the sense that you don't have to do anything to get in a Google search result, but where you are placed in that Google search result is number 2 of what the algorithm is looking for. And now the next thing that it wants is content. Now, I showed you, the reason that I showed you Superior Fence and Rail is because they are the very first contractor I find under the map pack, meaning that they are the first contractor that anybody finds when they do a Google search that isn't part of this map pack, which some people, for some reason, do not trust. So I am going to take your website and I'm going to copy and paste all of it into this website that counts all of the words. You have 216 words. Do the same for these folks, and you can see they have 1,105 words. Now, it would be fine if if you were beating this number. You are in competition with these folks. So right now you are behind by about 900 words. So, but the problem is that Google actually expects more. Google expects you to get 1,500 words on your web page, or I should say the algorithm does. And that is because they've determined that 1,500 is the least amount of words that you can utilize to actually educate their customers about whatever it is that they need to be educated about, that whatever they have typed into that Google box. So how they came up with this number, I have no idea, but I can tell you that the inverse is obvious. Like if they sent you to a a website that had 3 words on it that said fences are good, you would say, why did Google send me to this site when I was looking for a fencing contractor? So they are trying to do right by their Google search customers. Now, the next thing I need to tell you is that all words are not equal at Google. Let me show you what I mean. Keywords is what we're talking about. Now, keywords are words that come from your industry. They come from the website of your competitors. They come from websites of fencers nationwide. And they also come from Google searches and the areas that you have customers in, the customer service areas. Now, you have 3 keywords and your competitor has 15,900. Part of that is because they're a franchise. So they have a lot of visits from around the country. And let me show you what their keywords are. And like I said, a lot of these are going to be from around the country. For instance, right here, Norfolk, Virginia. If I go further down, I can see Atlanta and Columbus, Ohio. So fence financing is one that's part of your industry. Fence estimator. I don't know what the words are in your industry, to be honest. So fence contractors. I know that there's other things though, like cedar and the different types of fences, obviously, because I could see them over here on yours. But these are the sorts of words that you want to have on your website. If, in other words, and they need to appear organically. They can't just be a big list of these little phrases. They have to appear organically. Now, that means rewriting some of the things that you have, and that means definitely adding to whatever you have. Now, if these are the keywords, the little key phrases that are good enough for them, they are certainly good enough for 2, and I have another 517 pages of these that I can add to your website. Now, the next thing I'm going to tell you about is backlinks. Here are backlinks. You have 10 of them with 6 referring domains. This is the important number, and it is where your site, your URL, appears on somebody else's site. So for instance, if you are on Yelp or yellowpages.com, there is a link back to your site, which means that is a backlink. Now you have 6 referring domains and your competitor has 1,000. I'm going to show you what they are. They are homeadvisor.com, AOL, expertise.com, Yellow Pages, Dunn Street and Bradley. There's a whole bunch of them here that you could get on easily by filling out a profile. Just go to that site and fill one out. For instance, expertise.com. Let me show you how difficult it is to get on expertise.com. This is their website. It says get listed, click. That's how you get listed on expertise.com, and it has a great rating. This number here is what we call the domain rating. It is a number from 0 to 100, and that number is determining the strength of a site's backlink profile. Now, what that means is, for instance, you have 6 referring domains. Your DR is 0 currently. Your competitor has 1,000 domains. They are 37 domain rating. And these folks have a 90. And the reason is because they have thousands of other sites that refer to them. So it is a sliding scale. And the more sites you have that refer to you, the better it is for your site. And why is that? Because Google doesn't want to send their search customers to some place that they have never been to before or that nobody has ever been to before, because they can't vet what is going on there. The only way they can do that is by saying, look, this site has a whole bunch of sites that refer to it, so it must be a site that other people want to go to, right? So that's how the backlinks work. Now, this is where it all comes down to it. Your backlinks and your keywords have given you a traffic last month and the month before of 0. You had 0 website visits as a result of a Google search. Now, your competitor had, by comparison, 30,700. Now, as I mentioned before, that is because some of these are coming from around the country. It's not all just from Melbourne. Obviously, not 30,000 people in Melbourne didn't need new fences, and that's why they were. It's from all of those other cities that I showed you there. But that is a huge jump. Even if Melbourne only accounts for what 1% of this. That still leaves 307 visits versus your 0, and that is 10 people a day to their website from Melbourne. Now, all I have to do is tell you that even if the number is as low as 10 visitors a day, that is 10 times a day more opportunity than you have for one of those visits to become a paying customer. And that's what this is about, putting money in your pocket. This is what your website can do. It can become a tool of your company, and with utilizing what you know about Google, you can actually take advantage of that and have this website of yours, put money in your pocket, because being near the top of a Google search is money in your pocket. Now, I'm going to just recap what I talked about so you remember. A, Google Business Profile. B, more and better keywords. And C, more and better backlinks. Now, those three things you can put into practice right now if you want. Call up your web designer and start putting those things in. But I can tell you that it might be worth your while to allow us to help you with that, because it is something that requires expertise and experience to get this stuff right. Now, I want to thank you so much for sticking with me, John. It's been a long video, and I know that Eric is going to be checking back in with you just to see what your thoughts are on this video. And thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day, John.